Hey folks, Preston Ward, HIT Safety Director, located here in our very own Washington, D.C. headquarters logistics yard, and we're here to talk to you about fire extinguisher safety. But before we begin, it's very important to understand that it's not always easy to handle an emergency situation. So having the proper planning and knowing what action steps you need to have taken is what's going to ultimately set you up for success. Within HIT's Safety and Health Manual, we require all of our projects to have a type A, B, C fire extinguisher. Type A is going to be for ordinary combustibles, such as wood and paper. Type B is going to be for flammable liquids, which will be for gasoline and oils. And then finally, Type C will be for electrical, so your faulty outlets as well as your appliances. You will see typically the 10-pounder fire extinguishers in our mechanized equipment and our 20 to 30-pound extinguishers sporadically placed per our fire prevention plan throughout the project. Upon attaining your fire extinguisher, you want to make sure you do an initial inspection, a monthly inspection, and an annual inspection thereafter. The inspection goes as this. You want to look at the base of that fire extinguisher and you want to look for any sort of defects, such as a puncture or dent that could affect the deployment of that chemical agent. Moving up towards the neck, you're going to see a gauge here. Within that gauge, you're going to see a yellow arrow, and you want to make sure that's within the green zone of that gauge. Looking at the handle, again, you're going to be looking for defects, any sort of malfunction that could affect that deployment of the chemical agent when you need to use it. And then finally, looking at the hose and nozzle, you're going to be looking for any sort of rust or corrosion. All right, now that we've talked about inspection, type, size of your extinguisher, we need to really focus on what you want to do in the event of an emergency. What you want to do is grab your extinguisher and you want to use the pass method. You want to be able to pull the pin, aim the extinguisher, squeeze the handle, and sweep back and forth. If you get to a point where the fire is too large and you can't put it out with your extinguisher, you need to put it down and get out of there and call 911. So again, you position yourself, bend your knees, you pull the pin as we did, squeeze the handle, aim the nozzle roughly 5 to 8 feet away from the base of the fire, and sweep back and forth. With that, one question we get quite a bit with the pass method and fire extinguisher deployment: how long do they typically last? For a 5-pounder, the deployment period is going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. For a 10-pounder, it's going to be anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds. And then for a 20 or 30-pounder, anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how hard you grasp that handle. So in conclusion here, what we want you to do is anticipate what could happen on your project and address that potential outcome by taking these appropriate steps. Thank you.